If I told myself at the beginning of the year that I'd be 18 in the world, like the heck, like absolutely not.
Hey, tennis fans, you are listening to Watching Match Point Canada, Canada's premier tennis podcast. Our guest this week, she's been on the show a couple times this year. She's a two-time WTA titleist, including a WTA 1000 champion in Montreal. She's the number one ranked Canadian women's singles player and recently achieved a new career high ranking of number 18. So happy to welcome back Victoria Mboko to the show. Vicky, it's amazing to see you.
Oh no, it's always a pleasure being on the show. It's been a while since I've done it, but I'm happy to be back.
No, it's always great to catch up, and I feel like at least when we chat with you this time, maybe a little downtime finally from a
Yeah.
crazy 2026. Is it nice to finally have you had a chance, I guess, to relax after such a long and great season?
Yeah, I mean, I think the last matches I've played was in the Billie Jean King Cup. So, after that, when I came home, I kind of just really let loose and didn't see my tennis bag for a little bit of time. And yeah, I mean, I'm gonna start again the preseason shortly, but my time home was pretty nice and pretty relaxed.
I tallied it up, and by my count, you played 76 singles matches this season. I'm wondering, well, firstly, how does the body feel after logging such an arduous schedule? And do you think you've ever played this much tennis in a single year?
No, this is I mean, I didn't even know that stat until like someone actually told me not that long ago. Actually, a fan in the stands, I was signing autographs and someone
Yeah.
told me like, "How do you feel?" I was like, "Oh, I didn't even know I did that." But no, it feels good to be healthy. Most of all, like having good people around me to keep me healthy. And this is my first year actually playing a full season. And being okay for most of it. So I think that's a good positive to take away from everything. And I feel like I'm really happy about that, most of all, if anything. So yeah, I mean, regarding everything that's happened this year, it's nice to kind of reflect and kind of be grateful of how I didn't really have many stops or where I had to take a lot of time off. And yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think so much to be grateful for looking back on this run. Let's talk about this number change. I mean, end of 2024, there was the number 333 next to your ranking. And
Mhm.
now here we are, November 25th, as we have this conversation, your world number 18. First of all, how does that even sound? How does that 18 next to your name? And how do you explain this unbelievable jump and what you accomplished this year?
Yeah, I mean, well, if I told myself at the beginning of the year that I'd be 18 in the world, like the heck, like absolutely not.
Yeah.
So I think, honestly, I think it was a long progress. It was a long year. I played a lot of tournaments. Slowly seeing my ranking go up, of course, was really nice to see, but also like the process. My first time playing a bunch of well, playing just WTA tournaments. I know I started the year playing more ITFs, but seeing kind of how life changes a bit and seeing all the ups and downs of it was nice to experience. And honestly, I can take this year from a learning opportunity and a different perspective, going into next year having experienced all of this, I'm still growing as a player and a person. So I think to reflect back on it all, like I'm really glad to have done a lot of that and just to reflect and learn.
Speaking of reflecting and learning, I was kind of looking back on your season. Obviously, we'll talk about the run in Montreal, but I think you laid some of those building blocks before the run in Montreal, of course, with some of your victories. And I was wondering, I have a match that really stood out for me where, I realized, wow, this player is for real. I wonder if you have that moment. For me, it was your match in Miami when you went three sets with former world number two Paula Badosa and lost this epic three-set battle. Is there a specific match you think back to where it was like, wow, like I think I've arrived. I can play with these girls.
Um, I I haven't really had that feeling until a lot later on.
Hmm.
But you're right. I actually agree with you. My match with Paula was kind of, I still think it was probably one of the best matches I personally think I played.
Yeah.
It was one of my favorite matches because, it was kind of the beginning of everything. It was my first WTA match or tournament of the year. And I mean, Paula, she's such a talented player. She's one of the top in the world. I mean, I know she's injured now, but she has an amazing game. And just to be playing against her at the time for me was really important. So I think being able to kind of stay in with her in the match made me kind of have a little bit more self-confidence. You never really think, you always think that the WTA is kind of so far away and you would think it takes ages to become those girls' levels. But um, I think I just had a lot of self-belief in that time and I just showed what I was able to do that day and it was quite close. I think it was like just a difference of a couple points. So I think mentally that match kind of made a change in how I saw myself in the rest of the year and it kind of I wouldn't it gave me a little bit more confidence, but it kind of propelled me for what's to come. I know girls if girls are gonna consistently play like that, I knew I had to raise my level and I knew I had to play you consistently have to play good tennis on the WTA. Everyone's good. So I'd say so yeah, I agree with you. That match was quite good for me.
Okay, I appreciate you agreeing.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
well, let's get into Montreal. And I mean, I'm sure you've had so many moments or times where you've kind of thought back to this tournament, which I'm sure you'd agree changed your life. But some of these victories, looking back, all these Grand Slam winners, Sophia Kenin, Coco Gauff, Elena Rybakina, Naomi Osaka, and multiple matches where you were down a set. Where did that sort of mentality come in for you playing some of these matches where you were down? Most of I think we would have excused you quite readily if you had, dropped the opening set to Rybakina or Osaka, and lost the match in straights. How did you kind of persevere and keep that belief when you were in the moment like that?
Yeah, I think during that tournament, almost all my matches, of course, I wanted to do well, at home. Honestly, my expectations for myself, I was like, I want to win at least like one or two matches. That'd be nice
Yeah.
in in Canada. So I never really had that expectation of myself, but I think as I progressed in the matches, I mean, looking at my draw, I'm like, everyone's good. Like, no matter what match you're gonna play, like, it's gonna be a hard battle. So, I think going into each and every match, I always thought I was kind of like, I want to just give everyone a good performance. I just want to play well, win or lose. Like I just want to give people a show. And so in those moments where, I was kind of faced with adversity or I kind of lost the first set quite easily, not really much went through my head. I don't like to think a lot actually when I'm playing matches. I don't have many thoughts running through my head.
I think
So
I
that
think this is my problem when I play. I'm thinking too much.
yeah, I mean like in those moments like I'm kind of just like, hey, it's the first set, just regroup. You'll find the solution. Just try to change something up a little bit or try to adapt to their game. And yeah, I mean, the crowd also really helped me a lot in very difficult moments too. So I have to give so much credit to them. I've never experienced something like that. But yeah, I think I was just really calm-minded in my head and just very collected and I think the rest is just history, to be honest. It all went through in a blink of an eye. I don't even have that many memories from the matches I played, to be honest.
Yeah. The rest certainly is history. I mean, you're in the history books with that title. And look, after that tournament, I mean, you're kind of dealing with probably wrist pain, and you did have a few losses, and had to probably regroup. I was wondering, kind of the process after winning such a big title. How did things change where probably you were a proverbial underdog in a lot of your matches and suddenly you're arriving to tournaments and other players kind of want a piece of you because they know what you've just done.
Yeah, so I mean after Montreal, unfortunate to pull out of Cincinnati. due to my wrist. I think I wish actually I might have just taken a bit more time off after,
Yeah.
just because um I don't think I was really physically well enough to play like US Open, maybe Beijing after that, I'd say up to there. Um but, I was so eager to play, first US Open, first of so many, so I kind of was like, "Okay, like, I think I can do it, I think," but I was always kinda hesitating a bit. But, that's something I can also learn from, to always listen to my body and, make sure I'm always 100%, like, ready to play before I come back. And, I understand after having a big win like that, you kind of become the prey instead of like the predator. So,
Mm.
I understood that, you're gonna have a target on your back. You kind of have this expectation to hold. But honestly, I didn't really care that much. It's my first year on tour, and it happens. It happens to so many players, so I didn't really pay that much attention to it, to be honest. It's all a part of the game, and you'll have good moments, you'll have bad moments, and as long as I think it's how you're able to bounce back that matters, and it's just a process, so yeah.
No, that's a great attitude. I wonder maybe how has Nathalie Tauziat, being a key part of your team, really helped you kind of understand this is a process, your first year on tour, recognizing those ebbs and flows. How important has she been to your team and what you're kind of doing on the court tactically and also mentally?
Yeah, well, I've known Natalie since I was a junior. She was always traveling with, Tennis Canada with, our group of girls since we were, like, around 14, 15. So, she's known me for quite a long time. When I started working with her during the ITFs, she's a very calm and, like, pretty cool person to be around, so I think, just bringing that, I'd say, like, calmness on the court helps me a lot when I look at my box and, I just know that I feel comfortable and I feel relaxed and just like re-encouraging words, like I need that a little bit. So I think she's really good with that. And obviously she says the right things at the right times when I need to as well. So yeah, I think having her has kept me pretty calm and I'm comfortable with her. I think when you're playing so many matches like that, at some point, it just comes down to whether you're enjoying yourself or not, and, if you're having fun, and I think she was a person I was really, having a good time with, so, yeah.
Well, you definitely play and compete with joy, and I think your ability to bounce back and that run in Hong Kong was, of course, incredible. Your second title of the season and second of your career. I want to talk about that final you played with Christina Buxa because this was an unbelievable battle. I mean, 3 hours plus on court. You guys were scrapping out there, fighting tooth and nail. I thought the level was really high. Just reflect on that final and overcoming such a test like that after losing, a tough second set tiebreak to bounce back and lift the trophy there. What did that mean to you?
Yeah, I've actually played Christina prior in Rome on clay. So, but I was kind of watching a bit of her matches in Hong Kong prior, so I knew she was playing pretty good tennis and she's beaten some good players. So, in the final, of course, I had a lot of chances. I was, up a lot in the score too, but she was really great at counter punching. She was super aggressive, and I think mentally, kind of played with myself and it was really close, but I think in certain moments I was able to keep very calm with myself and not rush too much. And I mean, I'm like, hey, I'm in the final, like just play, don't put so much pressure on yourself. And I think at the end I think I wanted it so badly that I was really doing it. I was really fighting so hard to do anything to win. So I think that it really helped me.
And in the semifinal, you came back from a sit down to defeat Leila Fernandez. And I always wonder when I see these matchups happen, is it awkward for you guys to play a fellow Canadian? Is that in the back of your mind when you take the court? I'm sure you obviously know Leila. Is are you able to set that aside as the match begins, or is it sort of, or is it
Yeah.
uncomfortable?
I think as soon as the match begins, I really don't care who's on the other side
Yeah.
of the court. But off the court, or I know I'm gonna face Layla. It was kind of awkward for me, but once you step on court, things change. Layla's a super nice girl, and I know she's an incredible player, incredible fighter. So I knew that I really had to bring my A game that day, and I really had to bring out some good tennis, and it was a really great match and a great battle. But yeah, it's never fun to play a Canadian. I wish maybe I could have played her in the finals. That would have been
That
a
would
little
be
bit better.
be great.
That would be amazing. But yeah, I mean, I love Layla so much, and yeah, it was never easy to play, especially after I kind of was like it would feel awkward for me, but it's at the end of the day, it's just a match,
Mhm.
and we're probably gonna play each other so many more times.
No, definitely. You mentioned before we started recording, you're heading to Montreal, and I'm guessing preparing for preseason. What does the preseason look like? How many weeks, and how vigorous is your training? How many hours are we talking, kind of on court in the gym, and how you manage that?
Yeah, I don't know what's actually exactly what my schedule is right now, but I'll be heading to Montreal to do kind of starting fitness because I haven't played since the Billie Jean King Cup, so I might just start with some fitness, do some testing a little bit, and then we'll head to Florida actually to prepare for Australia. Um, yeah, I mean, I think we'll just slowly get into it, but I know at some point it's gonna be pretty brutal. Not happy about that, but that's what I think.
That is the life.
Yeah.
I know, you mentioned Australia, and you're signed up for United Cup, which is obviously an awesome team event, and I believe
Yeah.
first time you'll be playing that. What do you like about team events compared to obviously the week to week WTA format of kind of being out there by yourself?
Yeah, I think I always generally like team events a lot more than individual events. I think you just don't really feel alone in that way. You always have a bunch of people cheering for you. You have your little corner. Playing the Billie Jean King Cup for the first time in Japan and in Mexico. I just like how we always have that little support system, and you always feel well taken care of, and you always have like friends, people you're close with, and just having a good time. So I think that's really what sets it different from individual events. And we have a pretty good team for United Cup, so I'm really excited for that. And my first time in Sydney, first time playing the event. So a lot of new things for me, and I feel really pumped up to play that.
Yeah, a lot to look forward to. I want to get to some fan questions because we had
Yeah, sure.
great response actually from fans who wanted to ask
Really.
you a few. Yeah, we'll start here. These are fans on Reddit. One is asking,
Okay.
what is your main goal for 2026?
My main goal for 2026. Um, I mean, you know, I feel like I generally don't like to set goals for myself because you never know what's gonna happen. But I mean, it'd be nice to go far in one of the Grand Slams. I don't really care which one it is, but
Okay.
um, it'd be nice to have like a nice little run. Have the 2 week experience, and yeah, just and playing maybe with some of the top players.
One asks, what is one thing you feel you need to improve on the most?
Um, One thing I need to improve on the most. Um, I'd say I feel like movement could always be better. Like I think when well, at least for me, I feel like when my movement's well, and I'm well set for each ball, I think everything comes really clean off my racket or being able to position myself. And anyways, I feel like when I'm moving well, I'm really well into the match and I really get things going.
I was gonna say, I mean, if you're moving the way you moved in that match against Rybakina in Montreal, like, if you can improve upon that, you're gonna be like the best
I don't
mover
know.
on
I
tour.
feel like movement could always be better, like regardless of how good of a mover you are.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, that's okay. That's awesome. This is a good point. One asks, do you think you'll play more doubles next year to improve your net game? We saw Diana Schneider have a big rise up the rankings 2 seasons ago and then play more doubles. Is this something you've potentially thought of?
Yeah, definitely. I'd most definitely see myself play more doubles next year. Um, I actually kind of was usually backing off of it due to injuries and just the time spent on court. So, I mean, yeah, as a junior too, I used to play a lot. So, I think I really want to start playing more doubles and yeah, it'd be nice, and also to improve my net game because I feel like I don't you don't often see me come to the net in matches, so that'd be cool to kind of improve a little part of my game that would get me better as a singles player as well.
Who are your role models on and off the court?
Okay, well, on the court, I always looked up to Serena Williams as a young girl. Do I have the same game as her? Most likely not, but um, yeah, I think growing up watching the Toronto or Rogers Cup or National Bank Open when
Previously
it was
Rogers Cup. Yep.
previously Rogers Cup, I think she won that like a couple years in a row. So I was like, she's my favorite. And off the court, I mean, I think I look up to my sister a lot, or all my siblings actually, because they kind of got me into tennis and got me super passionate about the game. So, um, there are always people that I really trust with my whole life, and they're always supporting me and always trying to come to my matches whenever they can.
This is a question from Dean on Twitter. What part of your preparation, physical, tactical, or mental, evolved the most over the year?
Oh, that's a good question.
Hmm.
Wow, that's a really good question. Um, what were the wait, sorry, what were the four again?
There are
Men
three: physical,
Physical,
tactical,
tactical,
or
or
mental.
mental.
Yep.
Um, I'd say I'd say mental.
Hmm.
Um, I think, well, when I was a lot younger, my junior days, I think I was very I think I was a very like rush paced player. When things weren't going my way, I was super negative with myself. I think this year I've reflecting back on this year, I've done a pretty good job at staying positive with myself and positive talk. And I think my mental toughness got myself through a lot of bad times during the match. So um, I think I could look back and be happy with how I progressed mentally. And I mean, there's still so much room to grow, but I think that was one good improvement.
Elaine asks, what are your expectations for Australian Open? Because you will be a top 20 seed there.
Oh.
Does that add any pressure?
No, not really,
Good.
because everyone's good, So, my expectations for Australia. I mean, of course, I mean every tournament you enter, you want to win it. So, that would be amazing. But mm, I I don't think I have that much of an expectation. It's my first time playing, but maybe, hey, maybe third round. Let's say that.
Okay. Okay. One song that was on repeat in your headphones during this season that was part of your Cinderella run.
Oh, one song that was repeated in my headphones. Um, ooh. I listen a lot to Bruno Mars, so
Yes. Okay.
probably one of his songs I hate.
Okay. One person asked, "What's your favorite Burlington food spot?"
Burlington, favorite Burlington food spot. Oh, there's a lot. I like ice cream or gelato, and there's really good gelato places by the lake. I forgot the name. There's like three in a row right beside each other. So
Nice.
I feel like if this person's a Burlington native, they probably know what I'm talking about. That's
Okay.
really good.
And who's one player you are eager to play, but you haven't faced them yet?
Um, I haven't faced them yet. Um, let's go Sabalenka. I mean, she's number one in the world. Who doesn't want to play the number one in the world? And yeah, that'd be pretty fun to play her. That'd be a cool experience. So why not?
Yeah, that would be amazing. Last one. We kind of touched on this. I mean, you referenced your match to Paula Badosa. Out of all your matches for 2025, which one do you think was your very best performance?
Yeah. Um, I'd say there was two, possibly. I mean, yeah, the one, Paula is one of them. And I'd say I really liked my performance against Coco in Rome when I played her for the first time. I feel like prior to playing the clay court season, I was not very confident. I never really was confident with my game on clay, but I mean, playing Coco for the first time on a clay court in Rome on the center court, that was such a also a really big experience for me, and it was my first time playing on a center court in a tournament, so that was really nice. And I think I was able to stay in there with her as much as I could, but it wasn't my day that day, but it was a really nice match.
My takeaway from this really is, you chose your two best matches of 2025. You won so much this year, and your two choices were actually two losses, which is crazy.
I know. But you lose, you learn, and
Yeah.
some performances, like I think even though I lost, I sometimes feel like I put up a pretty good battle, and sometimes it's not your day, but it's okay.
No, I love it. You lose, you learn. And I wonder, did that loss to Coco kind of instill some belief when you faced her later in the summer in Montreal?
Um, yeah, I mean, yeah, the surface was different though, and like of course the circumstances were a lot different too, but I take every match the same, and I want to win, so I think it probably helped me prop me up a little bit, but yeah, it was good regardless.
Well, it's been amazing watching your journey, not just through 2025, but actually the first time we spoke with you on this podcast was at least maybe more than 2 years ago. You and Kayla Cross. I spoke to both of you after you had a
Oh, yeah.
run at the Junior French Open in doubles, and I believe you guys won it, if I'm correct,
French Open. We made the finals
or
of
finals.
Junior Australian Open.
Okay.
That was in 2022. So yeah, that was about 3 years ago.
Okay. Wow. You have come along. You have come a long way.
So it's been crazy.
Yeah, it's been quite a journey. Well, thank you so much for always lending your time to the podcast, and also a big thank you for supporting our GoFundMe at the beginning of the year. For those who don't know, Vicky generously donated to our GoFundMe as we've been independent for this season. So supporting the podcast meant the world to us, and we wish you nothing for the best for
So
the
much.
holiday season, preseason, and when you head out to Australia. Always appreciate your time.
Thank you so much. And it's always nice to be back here. I always enjoy talking to you guys, so it's nice. Thank you.
Thanks for the kind words. Guys, this has been Match Point Canada. We will talk to you next time. Thank you guys so much for watching us at Match Point Canada. If you like our work, follow along, hit the subscribe button below.